do you think the backlash is warranted for an artist like Ice Spice?
I would say no, just because that's kind of her whole shtick or whatever. Like, she's known for being the fit girl who, like, a lot of dudes want to be with. So if you're expecting her to fucking put on like a nun suit or outfit and, read Bible verses, then I don't know what we're having this debate about. Like, either you want her gone completely or you don't want her doing this kind of stuff. And I understand how people are upset that, maybe their daughters and sons are watching this and they're afraid that their daughters want to aspire to be like her, and they're afraid that
Yeah,
their
but if you're
sons.
taking your daughter to Powerhouse, like that's what the fuck is gonna happen, bro. Like that's
Right.
just like,
Yeah. But the thing is now, like with Instagram and shit, like kids 7 years old can like
sure.
see this stuff just with a couple clicks. Which is crazy, by the way, because quick side tracking to my wife who visited our mutual friends. They found out one of the sons, who was like, I think 6 or something, searched boobies. And the only reason they knew was because it was on the iPad that was hooked up to the dad's Gmail account. And obviously boobies is relatively innocent, but with each year that it's going to go from boobies to boobs to tits to titties to
Ice
you
Spice.
name it. Yeah. So Ice Spice. So yeah, I think I understand, but I mean, like, pop culture has always kind of championed and made these sorts of things viral. And I think that's why she would do something like that. She knew it was going to go viral. And we keep talking about it, not us in particular, but like everyone within the space is going to talk about it. And I feel like at this point in time, we should accept the fact that this is kind of her niche, and hip hop has always been like this when it came to female rap. Pop in a lot of ways is like this. And I think in general, society kind of objectifies women and places value on their attractiveness and looks. So I don't really think something like this is going to ever change. Like, women are forever going to use their looks to make money and be popular.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think she should. I mean, I don't think the backlash is warranted for her, right? Like, this is something she's been doing from the beginning, right? Like, hey, like, I'm going to use sex appeal, natural beauty sex appeal, risque lyric sex appeal to my advantage, right? And then again, dude, if Nancy from down the street is dressing like this on Halloween and it's accepted, why wouldn't a female rapper who's constantly talking about sex and femininity that way, dressing up on a Halloween event, why wouldn't she also do the same exact thing she's always been talking about, right? So I guess like that's like the weird, like, that's not even a double standard, it's just fucking retarded. You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't she be okay to do that? So that part is weird to me. Dude, but she looked good though, bro. I think there's more backlash because I think people are more, and I think Flagrant said this shit maybe, but like, I think it's because there's something about her that's also very natural looking, right? So I think it's also like, oh shit, like, are we even allowed to look at this, right? Where it's like, if it's like one of these girls who all get their asses done and it's obvious and it's always out, it's always like, whatever, bro. Like, I've seen that a million times, kind of like a Kardashian or something, right? You're like, bro, like, it's great, but it's not real, and you're always showing it. So there's nothing to get, there's no big hoopla about it. But with her, she was kind of hiding it, but they kind of showing it. And then you're like, I'm pretty sure that's natural just based off her overall build. So I think that had a part to play with it. Like, oh, like, are we even allowed to be looking at this kind of a thing? Whereas with the other ones, right? Like, I think even with her, bro, like, I don't think any other video that's besides like a thong showing, does she ever really have like the goods out? So I think that's why it was more shocking for her, or for anyone seeing, because like, oh, we know you talk about this shit, but like, we haven't really seen you like that.
No, I agree with all those points. I also think a lot of women who don't quote unquote have the goods are low-key insecure when they see women who are kind of able to confidently flaunt their goods and see men drool over them. God forbid their man watches the performance and starts drooling. And then I've seen some men, complain about it and say, oh, it's these women are just basically prostitutes and they only know how to rap about this and that. And I do agree there needs to be a better balance of within female hip hop, just because, yeah, sure, men, we do have that the drug rap, the gang rap, but we still have conscious and a whole lot of other stuff that where those men are still popular in their own right, whether it's like Lupe or whatever. But in female rap, like top 10, guarantee all of them are talking about twerking and whatever else. And I think it's just because hip hop and media and the world in general's like misogynistic in a lot of ways. So I don't know how we can really change her behavior without changing our own behavior with how we like even just speak about women, like in our private lives. Like we're already talking about how thick blah 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 is, and oh my god, like the things I would do and this and that, and then as soon as someone performs and like takes advantage of that, then all of a sudden we're all fucking devout
like,
Christians.
Well, how dare you?
Yeah, like it's I think there's just this weird thing in society where like sex is so taboo that we're like afraid to admit that publicly, we wouldn't mind seeing a little of this and that here and there.
Yeah, dude, that's a great point, man, because like that's, bro, I think I was having this thought honestly at the gym right before jumping on, bro. It was just like, bro, like I don't know if I ever had a daughter, like, bro, like it would just be like a different kind of conversation you need to have with yourself as far as like, all right, this is what this person's about to walk into, right? And it's just like, it's not her fault, right? Because you don't want to go to the extreme and say, well, don't leave the house, cover up all the time. Like everyone's entitled to do whatever they want with their body and dress however they want. But yeah, man, it's funny because I also feel like there's times where like men are never misogynistic to like the woman they're with, and they almost have her on like this holy pedestal. But then with other women, the same person's like, oh, do you see how thick she was? And it's it's like a crazy dynamic that can all live within the same person, which is as a 35-year-old man, like I'm fully aware of the not double standard, but like what's the right phrase to use, like hypocritical like sense of that state of those sentiments. Sorry.